Now jobs like this where we can't use the machine, we're limited on sunlight, I guess. What's up, everybody? It is Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. I just came off a great weekend trip where we saw a bunch of cool water features in multiple states. If you didn't see that vlog, check it out right here. Today we're in Morris Plains, New Jersey. We are about to start another water feature project. If you've been watching these vlogs and you're a regular visitor here, you know we've been dealing with some tough site conditions. Access has been really bad, and today is no different. We've got another tough one. We can't get any machines in back here. And let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, we got a steep driveway that we came up, and we're gonna do our staging at the top here. So we're laying out some plywood and some fabric so we don't do any damage to the driveway. Here we go. Here's our alleyway to get in here. So obviously we're not squeezing an excavator in here. It's all bluestone patio. We've got to go around this bar, and right back here is where we're building our disappearing waterfall. This is going to be our Patio Fall series waterfall. It's about 6 feet long, which is going to put us about even with this rhododendron and about 2 feet of elevation. So it's going to start up here, cascade down, and our reservoir is going to be right behind this wall. We're actually going to take some of this wall apart so we can get a sleeve in to run our cord over to where the power is, right there, along with a water line for the autofill. Now jobs like this where we can't use the machine, we're limited on sunlight, I guess. Wow, now it's really bright. Projects like this where we can't get the machine in, we're limited on the size rocks we can use. We try to bring in the biggest rocks we possibly can and manage them by hand, but when you have to lift it up over a wall and then work behind it on a slope, it makes it a little bit of a challenge. But we're still gonna try and get some big guys in here. You can see Dan's got one. This is probably a couple 100-pounder. We got a couple of nice sized ones back here that we're gonna get up there. We're gonna muscle them in place. We'll use fabric as a basket with a couple people and pick it up over and get it in there. But we've got to be careful with the liner. And I don't know if you noticed behind me, it's very rocky here. So the soil conditions are probably not going to be very good, which is why we brought a bunch of sand with us that we're going to use in the excavation once we get it dug out. So here's the sand. It's just a coarse grade mason sand. Once we dig our excavation for the reservoir, we'll over dig a little bit, get that bedding of sand in there. Then we've got our fabric, our liner, and then fabric again. And we've got our aqua blocks. If you guys have been watching, you've seen these before. These come in separate panels like this. We're going to assemble these, and they'll create a structural void. Those will handle the weight of the rocks and the gravel, along with keeping that water inside of it, because it's going to be surrounded by liner and fabric. You see the guys are getting busy behind me. That means we're staging, getting ready to start building. So check it out. Alright, so the excavation is pretty much done for the reservoir. Bolivar's putting a layer of sand in there to protect the liner, because if you look back here, that is some sharp rocks in there that we don't want against the liner. So we're gonna get a nice layer of sand on the bottom. Actually, we're gonna backfill the sides with sand also to protect it all the way around the whole reservoir. So that's getting rocking over here. Mike and Steve are working on getting our chase down in between the wall. We had to take a section of wall apart to get the chase through. So there's gonna be a water line, and the power cord for the pump is gonna go down into this irrigation box right here. So they'll get that through this excavation, then they're gonna rebuild the wall. Now we've got a chase that's gonna be able to run our wires and our pipe down to the bottom. Next step is fabric, then liner, then our aqua blocks with the pump vault, and it all gets backfilled with the sand. Then we can start building the waterfall. All right, check it out. We are rocking and rolling back there. Things are going really well. We're getting our boulders in place for our frame rocks, building our weirs for the waterfalls. Right now we've got about 3 or 4 cascades built. We got 1 or 2 more to go, and this thing's gonna be running. We are just about finished. Let me show you guys what we're coming up with here. So just about all the rock work is done. They're just doing some finishing touches. The plumbing's hooked up, the pump is in. We are just about ready to wash this down and turn it on. So we've got a reservoir underneath where Boulevard is standing. There's our pump vault. That'll be disguised when we're finished. Got a cascade right here, which falls off this rock down to here into the reservoir. Little pooling area where it goes around this rock here. And you got a cascade there. And then you got the one at the top, which starts from the spillway. This is our Patio Fall Series waterfall, which is about 6 feet long, about 2 feet in elevation. Really nice feature to put into most backyards because it fits nicely into the landscape. Doesn't take up a whole lot of room, but it'll give a big impact. We're gonna get it washed down, cleaned up, fired up, and show you what we came up with. Here we go, we are finished. We got a beautiful Patio Falls. It's about 6 feet long to the top, 2 feet of elevation from top to bottom. Really turned out nice. You can see once it's finished, everything's disguised. Our pump vault is actually over here. There's lights inside the waterfall. This will all clear within a day or two once the sediment settles out. But we've got multiple cascades circling around these boulders. Really did a lot in a small space here, so you don't need a gigantic waterfall to make a big impact or have a nice sound. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna show you guys the rest of this in a nice slow-mo. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for checking us out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give me a like, leave me a comment, tell me what you think about this cool waterfall, and we'll see you on the next one.